and welcome to 12 South, a beautiful neighborhood tucked between the Gulch and Green Hills that is known for its synergy. I personally love 12 South. I live in the neighborhood, and the reason that it's so special is because you can walk down the street, know your neighbor, pop into your local coffee shop, or pop into one of the most fabulous boutiques in the city. It has grown tremendously over the past decade. And today, I'm so excited for you to meet two owners in our neighborhood that have beautiful businesses that have stood the test of time. We're gonna meet Jeremy with Fryce Cream, and then we're gonna pop over to Hero and meet Claudia, who owns one of the most fabulous boutiques in the city. My name is Drew Shannon, and I'm the host of American Dream. Claudia, thank you so much for having us today at Hero.
You're so welcome.
One of my favorite stores. Tell people how you got started.
I majored in fashion merchandising at Louisiana Tech many years ago and have always just been drawn to fashion. Even as a little girl, I would cut off my pants, to make shorts out of them and just create a lot of different fun looks, and have just worked in retail most of my life. And then when I came to Nashville, I worked as a wardrobe stylist for many years, and then opened my first store in downtown Franklin in 2006 in a 200-year-old grocery store building.
Oh, I love that.
I love my building so much. And we were there for 16 years and opened Hero on 12 South 11 years ago. We just really are thrilled to be part of all the excitement that's going on in Nashville.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened, because I feel like what your gift is compared to, other shops that I've experienced, at least, is that your look is so eclectic. It's very elevated. But then you walk in the door and your service is so hospitable. They meet you with a glass of champagne, but then they're so talented.
Amen.
I have walked out with some of my all-time favorite outfits from here that they pieced together for me that I couldn't do in a million years.
That's what we love doing, and that's what we pride ourselves on doing. I have always bought for my stores as a stylist, going back to my years working in the music business and creating racks that tell stories, that are eclectic, that are a high-low, that incorporate a lot of texture and interesting color palettes and color matches and mismatches. And that's still how I buy for the stores. So every collection that we get in is typically a story of about 25 pieces. And it tells my point of view on how I would style this particular collection. But I want our stores to be a place on 12 South is a draw for people who have that maybe artistic or creative side of them, or if they don't even know that they have that. When they walk in, they don't know where to look next. I want it to be a really pretty inspiration for them.
Oh, well, you've succeeded. Jeremy, tell us the story of Fryce Cream.
Restaurant game my whole life, 30 years. I was on a road trip with a fellow neighbor and our girls, and we stopped at this super old burger joint.
Gosh, so good.
And we were dipping fries in our milkshakes, and the girls, who were probably 6, were like, oh, that's gross. And we're like, no, you got to try it. And this was 18 years ago, and they loved it. And then I just sat there at the top of the conversation and said, why is there no concept dedicated to fries and ice cream?
Love it. And don't you feel like it's become like sort of the hub for the neighborhood?
I think, we were fortunate in that my previous concept was in the same location.
Yeah.
And in that concept, we had established ourselves as the kind of neighborhood spot. So, we were here early on before right as the neighborhood really started flipping to this iteration.
Yeah.
And had kind of established ourselves as the neighborhood spot. And then we took a break And then when Fryce opened, we kind of started pulling all the people that had moved into the neighborhood and some of the old timers whose kids started out little under now, in college, but have lived in this neighborhood since 97. At that time, you would avoid the street completely. And then about early 2000s, we opened up a restaurant in Hillsborough Village, like super fancy restaurant. And in 2010, this building that we're in front of was completed. And that was the linchpin on the street. Once this building went up, the growth in between the two was astronomical. I mean, it was just light speed.
Yeah.
Every building started going, every house started flipping. And you had all these cool, independent, locally owned restaurants and shops open. And then it's basically been 10-ish years since then.
Yeah.
So that 2-year run we had of that, everybody's now flipping. And we made it so cool and so great to live in this neighborhood. We're the spot. If you want to see neighbors, we're the spot to come to.
Thank y'all so much for joining us today. I'm so glad that y'all got to experience a taste of what 12 South has to offer. But to get the whole experience, you really need to come visit for yourself. Thanks so much, and see y'all next time. For the American Dream, I'm Drew Shannon.